What you have before you, when you look at it, you're going to see this magenta line that runs on that map that's printed for you, which was kind of the original boundary district, the boundary for the wastewater treatment area that where we were looking to accomplish the sewer. I know in 2012 the community looked at putting in a sewer system and encompassed not only the business district but a lot of residential. It was minimum $60 million investment back then, probably would have been closer to 80 or 90 when it was done. That went to the voters and it got defeated, and that makes sense in retrospect when you're looking at it. But since that time, the town has still been focused on trying to find a solution, and it really was happened around 2018 and 19. Tom Bartell and Councilor Dave Nato started going to the New England Wastewater Conference in Boston, learned about some technology called MBR, which is membrane bioreactor. And what that technology does is it takes the effluent that goes to a wastewater system and it processes that effluent to the point that what comes out the other end is potable water. So in 2020, the town entered into an agreement with Portland Water District, because by legislative actions in the 50s, they are our partners for wastewater and water here in Windham. And we outsourced to an engineering company to do an analysis of Windham, and particularly the business area, which is this magenta area that I just showed you, to find a way to, using that MBR technology, to take that clean water and put it back in the ground. And there were, the community spent about $1.2 million through our TIF funds to figure this solution out. And at the same time, they came back with a plan of what the total cost estimate might be to do this kind of project within this area. And they came back with roughly around a $40 million expense. Okay. Once we had that, we, with our partnership with Portland Water District, went out to bid. We entered into agreement through the Water District with an engineering company and with a construction company to actually take and look at ways to implement this new technology in this wastewater system here in Windham. So we're funding this through grants and the TIP. We're not using any residential tax base to pay for this. This is grants and TIPs, and that's important to understand. Not many communities are able to pull this off, but we've got the right number of TIFs, we've got the right price, we've got the right amount of grant money, so we're able to do that. So that's a huge blessing for Windham.
The North Windham Sewer Project has been making steady progress since it began earlier this year. In July, Shaw Brothers completed clearing and grubbing of the project area and began construction on the playing fields and the stormwater drainage infrastructure, while also beginning construction of a new entrance to the Manchester School from Tamberg Trail. The project really got rolling in August. Trenching for the gravity-fed sewer line was underway. Construction had begun on the relocated section of Sposito Road. Work was continuing on the stormwater pond with installation of drainage media and underground piping. Clearing and leveling was underway at the future site of the new wastewater treatment plant, and Shaw Brothers had begun testing drip dispersal pipe for breakage, as well as paving the trenched areas of the Manchester School parking lot. By early September, the contractor was continuing to install the sewer lines and was working past the north end of the school parking lot. Wastewater dispersal tubing was being installed under the future playing fields, along with the supply and return lines, and work continued at the wastewater treatment plant site and on the stormwater pond. In late September and early October, installation of the drip dispersal system continued, with the contractor beginning to fuse the 4- and 6-inch supply and return lines. Loam was beginning to be placed on the side slopes of the stormwater drainage pond, as well as filtering loam on its floor. By mid-October, Shaw Brothers had wrapped up construction on the stormwater pond, was spreading loam on the future playing fields, installing supply and return lines back towards the future treatment plant, and began construction of a stone dust walking path on the northeast corner of the site. Though the pace was slow, construction will continue through the winter months, with work being done on the new wastewater treatment plant at the Manchester School location.